What's going on, everybody? I'm back. Today, I thought I would show you how to run my RGN, and many like it. So, I guess to start off, you either start your pony motor up, or in my case, you engage your PTO. Now we go outside. PTO's engaged, so you come outside. And on my particular trailer, you have a main cylinder, which are these two cylinders here. Raise it up. Grab your lock. Lock it back. And you lower it. Be sure to watch the neck on your truck. If you have clearance issues. And if you do have clearance issues, deflate your airbags. Now you can see the clearance here is a lot more, and the trailer's almost all the way down. Once the trailer gets down, my particular unit has a jack that's hydraulic, which is this lever here. Come over, push that down, and what that does is holds the neck up for whenever you detach. What I like to do, I like to continue to bring my neck down until you start seeing clearance on the bottom here. About like that on both sides. And then unhook your lines. And this particular unit has to have airflow to be able to unlock the neck. And this here is a pin. It's right here. That's actually what holds everything together. Pull that lever right there and it releases the pin. And you can see once I pulled the airline off, my airbags are draining and it's going to lower the trailer down. So an overview, make sure you got your jack down. That comes down, sets on the frame. Trailer's down, you got clearance on the top and bottom. Your pin's released. So now, we're going to get back in the truck. And I like to let my window down. That way I can hear, if anything catches or whatever. Put it in gear. Release the brake. Whoa. set your brake. Then you can get out, come flip your ramps over, tuck your lines. So flip your ramps. Do the same thing on the other side if you were to be loading and unloading, which I'm not, so I'm not going to do it. And then there's a hole here. You take your air lines and your electrical pigtail. You just stuff them down in that hole right there. Just like that. What that does, tucks everything away, so whenever you start loading up, there's nothing to get in your way as you're coming up on the trailer. Once you get your equipment on the trailer, it's what I like to do is I always reconnect my trailer, air my bags back up, and raise the truck all the way back up. That way, whenever you start chaining down, everything's going to be tight. Now, if you were to wait or go ahead and chain everything down now, whenever you lift this trailer back up, it's going to start to flex. So this is a pre-stressed trailer. So it's going to flex. So instead of being curved like that, it's going to straighten out. Whenever you do that, it's going to create slack in your chains, and if you don't get back out and retighten everything up, it's not going to be tight anymore, obviously, and you take a chance of losing your load or it shifting, and that's not good. So I'm going to go ahead and flip everything back up and show you how to reconnect. First thing, you're going to grab your pigtails and air lines. Make sure you lay them off to the side toward the center at first. That way, whenever you flip your ramp back up, it doesn't catch your lines. There. Come over and grab your lines. Bring them back over. And the reason for that is right here, this area right here is where the foot of the neck sits at. Right here. And these pins right here and here go in those slots. There's one here, one right there. And whenever you back up, those are pretty much your guide pins. If you're within a couple inches, well, within an inch, inch and a half anyway, of this pin, those holes right there, it'll go ahead and shove your neck over one way or the other. And that's the reason for this guide right here, is it will grab a hold of this and push your trailer over one way or another. We're going to go ahead and hook back up. I'll show you how to do that. Reverse. Release the brake. Now, whenever you're backing up, you want to make sure you got the same clearance on either side of your trailer. See there? Pretty close. You back up. Once you feel it hit, I always like to give it a little bit more of a push set my brake. That way everything's good and tight whenever you're ready to put your pins back in. Make sure your PTO is still engaged. Then you come back to your trailer. You check and make sure that your guide pins are in your rings on both sides. You come back here. You look. Everything looks like it's in a good spot. So now, before you do anything else, you take your lock pin control and lock it down. That's always the very first thing I do, because if you start messing with other stuff, you're liable to forget, and then whenever you start to pull out, your trailer's going to drop, and ain't nobody wants that. Now you got your lock pin set. Come over here and grab your airlines. And on my unit, I made sure that I've got a difference between the lines. One's bigger, one's smaller. That way they can't be mistaken. Because you've got an emergency line, which is the red line, and then your service line, which is a blue line. And if you cross them, nothing good going to happen. Now I've got airflow back to the trailer. The tanks are going to start filling back up, and it's going to make the suspension come back up. Come back here after you make sure again that your lock pin's set, and you can start to raise your trailer up. You're going to raise it up to the right height that you were looking for. I'm loaded right now, and this unit is 11 feet 4.5 inches tall, and I have a 2-foot ground clearance from the center of the trailer down to the ground, so that puts me at 13.4.5. So I'm going to run my unit on the lowest setting I can. Alright, now it started to set in the right height lock. I like to come down and watch my cylinders until you can start to see slack in them. Right around here you'll see they'll come up. You see that movement there? Be a little bit more. And then I always put some negative pressure on it to make sure it holds where I want it at. Once you've got that set, raise your neck jack back up. You're pretty much good to go. Always give a double check. Oh. Like I said, a double check. Airlines, electric, ride height lock, pin is locked, trailer jacks up, you're good to go. Turn your pony motor off, turn your PTO off. You're done. And that's just a quick overview. There's a lot of different trailers out there, and they all function different ways. But that's what I run. The company who made my trailer, I believe, is based out of North Carolina. I'm not sure how to say the name. I say Rampant. I'll show you. That way, if you are using a unit like I've got, maybe what I've done will help a little bit. And this is a 55-ton trailer, but I've only got the tri-axle right now. It's made for a flip out, which gives me 4 axles in the back, and that makes the 55-ton capability. You can see here and here, and then down here, right there, and on the other side, where the flip axle hooks up, and that gives me another 20,000 pound capability, or more depending on which state you're in. Y'all, be safe out there, have a good day, and dream big.